So, what's it going to be like in Purgatory?
Well, it's as we've only filmed. We're filming the third episode right now. So Dean is out, and the time in Purgatory will be revealed through flashbacks. There are no flashbacks in this episode, so I have not actually read how his time was in Purgatory yet. That's a good question for Jeremy or Ben when they come around. I do know. I mean, obviously, it was probably not pleasant, as we saw in the season finale last season. It's every monster and every villain and everything that we've thrown back to the pit is essentially sitting there waiting for me. So it should be interesting.
You made special accommodation last year for the director's
Yes, I am as we speak. Directing this one right now. We just started our first week of production, and we've got 3 more days of filming, and then we will shoot start the season premiere episode. So the one that we're filming right now is the one I'm directing. Will air 3, I think it is. 3, maybe 4. I'm not sure that they've decided that yet. But yeah, this is my third go at it, and it has not gotten any easier.
So when this comes to an end someday far in the future, would you like to direct the show?
Yeah, I've had conversations actually with Tom Welling of Smallville, who also directed. It was a big reason for me kind of pursuing that idea. And he's been off the show for a while, and it's very difficult as for directors to. I mean, it's even more. I think it's even more difficult for directors to get hired on to do episodic television than it is an actor to get hired on to do an episodic television. So it's a very close group, but it's very political, and you got to know the right people. And obviously, I had a bit of an in with this television series, so I took full advantage of it. And whether that pans out in the future to something else, fantastic. And I do think that it would be a whole different monster is the fact that directing a television series that you know so well, with a crew that you know so well, makes it a lot easier. So I have a lot of advantages there.
How episodic in nature is the next season going to be? Is it going to be a more story-based, or is it going to be a monster of the week? Or
you'll get both. You'll get both. There's going to be some stories introduced in the beginning that will carry on through the whole season, and then you'll get one-offs. The one I'm directing right now is a bit of a one-off, which I like. It's kind of the original format of the show. It's nice to be on a show long enough to be able to say that there's an original format, but it is, and so I always like those. It kind of gives us a bit of a breather. It kind of gives everybody a bit of a breather. Than if it was just mythology all the time. I think it would kind of lose its luster.
Granted that the show thrives on this monster of the week format, how is their time in Purgatory going to affect them differently than past problems that they faced in previous seasons?
It's a good question. Because we're so fresh into the season, it's kind of yet to be seen. It's going to be a bit of an onion season as you just kind of peel away the layers of what took place while Dean was there, and while Dean was there, what was going on to Sam up top. So a lot of that is going to be told in flashbacks. I actually have a flashback in the episode that I'm directing right now of Sam and life, what it was like for him, which is completely different than what we assume. So yeah, it'll be one of those kind of seasons where you just kind of you'll get glimpses as to what happened, and that will play into the future of the storyline.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.